Welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name's Megan. I'll be your teacher today. You're going to want to have two blocks if you have that accessible to you, or you could always use two hardback books, or maybe you have something else that you like to use as your props at home, but that would be helpful, not necessary. Your knees, let your shoulders draw down away from your ears, and let your eyes close. Just starting your breath, not trying to force it, not trying to make it anything other than what it already is. Finding that inhale and exhale, just letting yourself drop into your yoga practice this morning. As you continue to breathe, taking that sound of your breath into your heart. Moving into your Ujjayi breathing if that serves you today. Maybe pressing the tongue against the roof of the mouth just behind your front teeth, creating that little swirl in the back of the throat, feeling that little rasp as you contract the muscles in your throat. Then letting your eyes gently float open, taking your chin down to your chest, and just dropping chin to chest. Roll the shoulders back, down, and maybe shoulder blades pull together along your back. Maybe you drop your fingers to the mat on either side of your hips and really energize the fingers away from the body. Again, still feeling and hearing the sound of your breath. As you take that Ujjayi rhythm, maybe that little tuck of the chin creates a little deeper sound. And then gently rolling your right ear over to your right shoulder and then left ear over to the left shoulder. Just go from side to side, not stopping any of the motion today. Just taking those little half circles, warming up through the neck, reaching long through the fingers if that supports you. Dialing the shoulders down. One more time, each side. And then coming back to the center, chin rolls down to the chest. Inhale to stack your head on top of your body. Straighten out your right leg and bring your left foot against your right inner thigh. Inhale to take your arms up and overhead. Do a slight twist towards that right leg, dropping your fingers down. Inhale to take your spine long. Exhale, a little micro bend in that right knee as you walk the hands forward. Inhale, taking your spine long. Exhale, let your belly, chest drop towards the thigh. Inhale, take your spine long. Keep that breath moving. Exhale, belly, chest dropping towards the thigh. One more time. Inhale, spine works long. Exhale, finding that Janu Shirshasana. As you inhale, walk the fingers back in, climbing it all the way up. Reach behind your right knee and send the right foot behind you so that your legs are staggered in deer pose. Inhale to take your heart high. Exhale, take your twist over your left leg. Now make that twist a little more moderate as you come with your chest directly over your left knee, walking your forward and folding over that left side. Now drawing down through the right hip, feeling that internal rotation. You can always place a blanket underneath the right sits bone. Walking the fingers back in, take your time, coming all the way up. Reach behind your right knee again, sending your right leg over your left leg for cow face pose. As you come into this space, wiggle those hips down towards the earth. Remember, the further forward you walk those shins, the more intense the stretch is going to be. The further back you tuck them towards the hips, the less. You can always take that left leg all the way out too, if it doesn't feel good to fold both legs underneath you. Inhale to take the arms up and overhead. Exhale, drop your right hand and lift that left arm, taking a lateral bend. Do a gentle spin open of the heart. Maybe eye gaze goes towards that left hand if you'd like. Inhale to take it back to the center line. Exhale, drop your left hand, lifting that right arm, opening up through that sideways. Do that gentle spin open of the heart. Maybe eye gaze finds the right hand. Inhale, take it back to the center line. Reach behind your right leg. Reach behind your left leg and find boat pose or Navasana, reaching your arms all the way out. Zipper in through your low belly. Squeeze those triceps nice and tight. Find the lift of your chest. Find that sound of your breath in the back of your throat once again. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 1. We're going for 4 more inhales and exhales, squeezing inner thighs towards one another, or maybe dropping your feet to the floor if that feels like you. Maybe hands on the hamstrings, or maybe arms start to reach up in a wide V this morning. Shoulders draw down away from the ears. If that makes you round through the lower back, come back out. We have plenty of time to practice today. Sweeping your hands back to the backs of your hamstrings, drop your right foot, drop your left foot. Send that left leg all the way out. Sandwich the right foot against the left inner thigh. Inhale to take the arms all the way up. Little tiny twist over that left side, dropping fingers to floor. Inhale to take the heart long. Exhale, walking the fingers forward. Inhale, take the heart long. Exhale, walk the fingers forward. Belly, chest drops to thigh. Again, micro bend through that left knee if you'd like, if you're feeling a lot of hamstring today. Inhale, take the heart long. Exhale, drop that thigh. One more big breath. And then walking the fingers back in towards the body. Take your time. Reach behind that left knee, fold it just a little, and swing it behind you in deer pose. Good. Inhale, take your spine super long. Direct your body over this right side as you twist. It doesn't need to be anything going on through the head yet. Relax those shoulders. Then take your body over your right leg and walk the fingers forward, almost like you're going to lay on your right thigh. Inhale, send the spine nice and long. Drop down through that left hip. Feel that internal rotation. Exhale, take your fold. Beautiful. Walking the fingers back in towards the body. Support yourself as you come up. Reach behind that left leg and fold the left leg as much as you can over that right leg. Now it might come so that your knees are directly stacked, one on top of the other. Maybe you even work the shins out. Inhale to take the arms all the way up. Exhale, drop your left over outside your left hip. Right arm reaches up. Spin the heart over. Maybe you even drop down to that left elbow, if that feels like you. Come back to the center line. Exhale, dropping that right hand, lifting the left arm, spinning the heart open, drawing that right elbow down closer to the floor. If you're feeling warm enough to go there, feeling that space open up in the left side waist. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to the center line. Sweep your hands around behind the backs of your legs and gather them up into your boat pose. Reaching the arms out, lifting the heart high. Maybe you drop those toes to the floor and maybe they're hovering in the air in line with your nose, or maybe your arms are starting to reach up in a super wide V here. So reach the fingertips apart from one another. They shouldn't be clenched or closing in. Feeling yourself balance on those sits bones. Take 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders drawing down away from the ears. Twice again. Squeeze those triceps kind of hard here. Low belly works in for lots of balance in the back. Good. Soft jaw as you cross your right ankle over your left and rock yourself forward into your plank position. As you come into plank today, press the floor away, create your cobra hood. Roll your right hip a little closer to the floor, but keep that cobra hood. Roll it back to the center. Roll your left hip a little closer to the floor. Keep that cobra hood. Roll it back to the center. Exhale it up and back into downward facing dog. Look forward towards your wrist, bend your knees, and walk flow tippy toe or hop feet in towards the hands. Take as many steps as you need. Inhale to take a half lift. Exhale back to your fold. Step just your left foot back. Leave your right foot forward. Inhale, rising to your height in your full crescent pose. Exhale your hands down to heart center. Feel them press. Thumb to your breastbone. Pause. We'll find a little motion here. Bending through that back knee, dropping it down for 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good. On this next one, you could drop hands around your right foot or slowly sink that left knee down. Untuck the toes, finding Anjaneyasana. Finding that low lunge space, draw that left hip forward, feel your breath. Inhale, exhale your hands down and around your right foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Send your fingers forward and your eye gaze forward as you lift that left leg in the air. Bend the front of your left knee against the back of your right knee, Kundalini's descent, and kick it back up. Let's do it again. Front of the left knee against the back of the right knee, kick it back up. One more time. Front of the left knee against the back of the right knee, and then kick it back up. Step the left foot to meet the right foot, forward fold. Inhale, little half lift. Exhale, step just your right foot back. As you inhale again, rising up to your high crescent pose. Palms press the heart center. Find your grounding here. Beautiful work. Bend that back knee. Everything's 90-90 as we sink it down for 4. Spread your fingers wide. 3, and 2, and 1. Remember, you have the option of dropping hands down and around that left foot or slowly lowering that right knee down, bringing a blanket or some sort of prop underneath that right knee to bring it comfort here. Send that right hip forward, shoulders down away from the ears, pull the low ribs in, finding Anjaneyasana. Inhale, exhale your hands down and around your left foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Send your eye gaze and your fingers forward to blocks or floor, lift that right leg up. Exhale, bump the front of the right knee against the back of the left knee. Kundalini's descent, single leg squat style, and kick it back out. Let's do it again. Bump knee to knee, and kick it back out. Bump knee to knee, squeeze, point the right toe, and kick it back out. One more time, bump it in, kick it back out, and step the right foot beside the left foot. Inhale, half lift. Plant your palms on the earth. As you exhale, step back to plank position. Create your cobra hood. Rock the right hip closer to the floor. Come back to the center. Rock the left hip closer to the floor. Back to the center. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward towards your wrists. Exhale, walk, float, tippy-toe, or hop the feet in towards the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, finding your forward fold. Clasp your opposite elbow overhead, or grab your yogi piece fingers around your big toes, finding that little bind. Inhale, take a little half lift. Exhale, find your depth. Lift your hips, squeeze your feet apart from one another, and let your head hang. Find your breathing. Hear the breath in the ears. Low belly draws in, strong legs supporting, strong back. Inhale to take your half lift without hyperextending your knees. Walk your fingers out in front. Step just the left foot back. Leave the right foot forward. Inhale, rising up to your high crescent pose. Exhale your hands down to heart center. Lean your body forward over that right leg. Squeeze the right hip in and take a twist. Option to take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee or drop the left hand down to the inside of that right foot. Reach the crown of the head nice and long. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another and breathe. Optionally opening the left arm down and the right arm up if that feels like you. Keep dialing it up through that left thigh, my friends. That's your rudder. Close your hands back in towards one another. Spin it back to the center and drop your fingers to the earth. Lift that left leg up, finding your standing L shape. Exhale, coming into Kundalini's descent. Bend both knees, single leg squat style. Kick it back behind you. We'll do this again, bending both knees and kick it back. Left knee bumps to right knee, maybe hands leave the earth, and kick it back. One more time, hands could be on the floor, on your blocks, or at heart center, and kick it back. Dropping fingers to the floor, step your left foot beside your right foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back one at a time. Create your cobra hood, rock your right hip to the floor. Come back to the center, rock your left hip to the floor. Curl your fingers back to the center, exhale, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, walk, float, tippy-toe, or hop the feet in towards the hands. Inhale, little half lift. Exhale, back to your fold. Clasp the opposite elbow, yogi piece fingers around your big toes, or feed your hands, palms facing up under your feet. Finding that Padahastasana or Padangustasana. Inhale, lift the low belly. Exhale, bend the elbows and the knees. Find that lift through the hips as you take that little tumble into the balls of the feet. Rocking that body weight forward. Take 2 more breaths. Third eye space. Super soft here. Low belly drawing in and taking the work. Inhale, take your half lift. Walk your hands out from underneath your feet. Now you can say you did a hand Finding that right foot to step back. Left foot stays forward. Inhale, rise to that high crescent pose. Exhale, your palms come to press right at heart center. Angle your body forward over that left leg and take a twist over to the left. Maybe that right elbow anchors, or maybe you're dropping your right hand to a block or to the floor on the inside of your left foot. You know your body the best, my friends, so take that option that feels good to you. Reach the crown of your head nice and long. Press the palms firmly towards one another, or open that right arm down and left arm up. Squeeze that right hip forward and lift that right thigh and breathe. Spin the hands back to the center line, dropping them to the earth. Look forward, lift that right leg up into the air. Exhale, bump the front of the right knee against the back of the left knee, Kundalini's descent. Kick it back out. We'll do it 3 more times. Bump knee to knee and kick it back. Option to let your hands leave the earth as you come into that single leg squat. Last one. Bump and kick it back. Everybody's fingers come to the floor as you step your right foot beside your left foot. Inhale, little half lift. Exhale, coming back to your fold. Last time, clasp opposite elbow overhead, sway in that ragdoll. Grab Yogi Peace fingers around your big toes, or if there's some other option you really love, maybe heel toe the feet a little wider here as you come into that fold. Soften your jaw, the interior of your mouth. Keep that breath going. Beautiful work. Heel toe the feet back in towards one another. Inhale, finding that little half lift, flat back. Bend your knees a little, sinking back into your chair pose as you rise. Sweep your hands behind you. Flip your palms towards the wall behind you. Open up through that collarbone and start to rise up to those tippy toes, finding your sparrow's pose. Option to interlace your fingers behind your back, opening up through that heart space. Squeeze your inner ankles towards one another to find that lift. Press your right heel forward, press your left heel forward, and send your eye gaze to something on moving in your space. Nice. Drop those heels, bring those arms up, coming into chair pose. Exhale, press yourself to your full height. On the next exhale, swan dive down over your legs, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Step your feet back one at a time, coming to your plank position. Press into your cobra hood. Rock that right hip to the floor. Rock that left hip to the floor. Coming back into cobra hood, exhale it up and back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot as wide as this edge of the mat is wide. Step your left foot as wide as this edge of the mat is wide. Bend your knees, look forward towards your hands, and hop or step forward into squat or malasana. Now you have the option of rotating wrists, wiggling fingers, or maybe walking your hands forward, coming into that little fold here. If you're very hypermobile in this space and you'd like to take blocks underneath the hips or your books underneath the sits bones here, this is a great place to practice that lack of hypermobility, let's say. One more big breath, draw a low belly in. And then starting to walk the hands back to the earth, lift up just a little bit, look forward, turn your toes in a hair, and start to take crow pose if you'd like it. If you're brand new at crow pose, bring one of your blocks or books up to the penthouse level, bring your third eye to the block, and start to just flirt with lifting one set of toes at a time. Once you find that look forward, not back at your feet, then maybe you start to press, finding that cat spine, finding that kick of the heels back towards your butt. And then I'll meet you back in squat from wherever you've been. Take your time to get there. There's no rush, no hurry. When you're ready, drop your hands in your head, lift your hips, heel toe your feet towards one another, forward fold. Inhale, little half lift to step the left foot back, leave the right foot forward. Inhale, rising up to your high crescent pose. Exhale, pull those hands down to heart center, angling your body forward over your right leg. Take your twist. Breathing into that space. Send your eyes down towards your right big toe and start to flirt with lifting the left foot off of the earth. Maybe it just comes to your toe. Maybe you're really lifting up, finding that twist. Either way, we're going to step back into that revolved half crescent. Drop your hands to the floor as you come back to the midline. Plant your palms firmly on the earth and kick your right leg back into three-legged dog. Open your right hip towards the right edge of your mat. Point your toe and look back over your left shoulder or underneath the armpit to see if you can catch a glimpse of those cute little toes. As you come back up the center line, Hug that right knee in. Turn the angle of your right shin. Really see if you could pull it into that pigeon shape, but without lowering your leg to the earth. Push the ankle of that right foot behind that left wrist. Good. Step it back to plank. Rock slightly forward, lowering knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Look forward towards your wrist, bend your knees. Walk, float, tippy toe, or hop the feet in towards the hands. Inhale, little half lift. Step just the right foot back. Leave that left foot forward. Inhale, rising, high crescent pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Angle your body forward over that left leg and start to take your twist. Now, again, you could always drop the right hand to the midline, or you could take my challenge looking down at the left big toe. Rock your body weight forward and start to lift the right toes. Zipper in that low belly. You're kind of still in that weird twist. Nice. Dropping back down through the toes. Revolve back to the center line, sending your hands down to the earth. Curl your fingers a little to create that tension, to lift that left leg up into your three-legged dog. Open the left hip to the left edge of your mat. Point your toe. Look back underneath your right armpit and see if you can catch a glimpse of those toes. Nice firm hands on the earth. As you bring that knee back into the center line, hug it in, and then turn the angle of that left shin like you were going to take pigeon pose. So you're really hooking that left ankle behind your right wrist. See if you can keep it up into that cobra hood. Nice work. Step it back into plank. Rock slightly forward, taking knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Switching into upward facing dog or baby cobra, and then exhaling into downward facing dog. Step your left foot as wide as the edge of the mat, and your right foot as wide as the edge of the mat is wide. Bend your knees and lift your heels off the earth. Press your hips back. Look forward towards your wrists and step, or maybe hop and find some hang time forward into your malasana. As you come into this space again, you might reach your arms forward, finding that cat spine. You might use this as an opportunity to press palms. Maybe you take a child's pose here. Maybe you take a crow pose, walking your hands back into the midline. Look forward. Press the floor away with your hands. Curl your fingers on the mat. Place a little bit more weight into the knuckles of your hands than the heels of your hands as you start to look forward. Once you look back at your feet, you create the environment for a somersault. So really make sure you're looking forward to the top edge of your mat. I'll meet you back in that halasana or squat pose when you're ready. Shifting your right hand in front and your left hand behind, ease yourself back into your seat. Close the knees in towards one another. Stretch your left leg nice and long. Bring your right foot against your left inner thigh. Inhale to take those arms all the way up. Exhale, drop your fingers down and around your left leg. Inhale, take the heart long. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana. Option to take your right hand to the pinky toe edge of your left foot, and your left hand to the big toe edge of your left foot. Inhale, exhale, just bend your elbows open. Let the chest belly drop towards the left thigh. Feel your hips square. So if you notice your left leg jutting forward, suck it back in. So really suck that leg bone back into your hip socket here. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Be kind to yourself. And then dropping fingers to the floor. Inhale, take that half lift. Beautiful work. Taking that left leg and sweeping it around, coming into that deer pose. Inhale, take the heart long. Exhale, little twist over that right leg. Then walking your fingers forward, you're angling out over that right knee and start to lift your hands away from the earth. Inhale, heart goes long. Exhale, see if you could lean forward a little as you kick your left leg back behind you. One more time. Inhale, heart goes long. Kick the left leg back. Exhale, drop your fingers, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman style to the floor, and let your heart lean down over that right leg. See if you can keep that left hip working down towards the floor, internal rotation. Or blanket or block underneath that left hip. Beautiful work. Walk the fingers back in. Stay supported on the way up. Excellent. Bringing that left leg back out to the front. Bring the right knee back in. Hook those hamstrings, lifting up and finding your boat pose. Zipper in through that low belly. Squeeze the arms, maybe taking them into a wide V. Reaching the arms up and slightly back behind your ears for 3 and 2. If you'd like a little more today, you could come down into that canoe or that full boat pose. maybe reaching long, or maybe rolling yourself back onto the mat and giving yourself that chance to take a little break here. Breathing into this space for 3. Zippering up through the low belly for 2. Lower just a little more for 1. And then draw those knees into your chest. Release back onto your back. Straighten your legs up towards the ceiling. Cross your left thigh over your right thigh. For reclining cow face pose, reach for your opposite shin, flexing the feet, drawing the knees towards the body, relaxing the shoulders. 2 more breaths. If your legs don't easily cross at this angle, it's okay. Just scoop your hands behind your entire basket of legs and hug them in. Good. Straightening the legs back up towards the ceiling once again. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Flex your feet. Reach the fingers straight up. Squeeze a block or a small rolled blanket between the inner thighs if you'd like. Exhale, curl head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Hold the air out. Reach your arms up. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling all the way back. We'll do that twice again. Tuck chin to chest. Hands anchor underneath the lower back if you'd like. Hold the air out. 3, 2, and 1. Roll back. Take an inhale. Exhale, tuck chin to chest. Rolling up. Tuck the tailbone under. Holding it up. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling back. Bend your knees. Hook your hamstrings. Cross at your ankles and start to rock yourself forward and back until you come to seated. Stretch that right leg all the way out. Left foot folds against that left inner thigh, or that right inner thigh. Inhale to take the arms all the way up for Janu Shirshasana. Exhale, drop those fingers. Inhale, body directs over that right leg. Exhale, finding that little forward fold. Now, maybe your left hand touches right pinky toe. Maybe your right hand touches right big toe. Inhale to take the heart long. Left knee could come to that block or that blanket if you'd like as you take belly, chest to the thigh. Keep reaching long through the spine, and if you notice this right leg jumps forward, try to really suck that femur bone back into your hip socket, really balancing out the hips here so there's no sciatica, nothing funky happening through the back. 1 more big breath. Feel that oxygen, that breath process long through the body. Walking the fingers back down to the floor, slowly bring it back in. Reach for that right knee and fold it behind you in that deer pose shape. Direct your body over this left leg. Inhale to take it nice and tall. And then exhale, you're just going to fold forward. Open the arms out to the side. Press back through this right foot, this right glute. Reach, reach, reach. So not rounded, but really reaching long. See if you could tip from that hip. Do it again. Reach long, tip forward just a little more until the point where you feel like you can't even control it. And then exhale, drop Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, fingers to the earth, and come down. Chest might be resting on that left thigh, perfectly fine. Just keep dropping that right hip to the floor, feeling that internal rotation. Beautiful. Walking the fingers back in towards that left thigh. Reach back for your right leg and sweep it all around to the front. Winding up into Vinyasa or boat pose. Reaching those arms out. Option to reach them up into that wide V. If you'd like to challenge yourself this morning, take it down into your full boat for 5 breaths. Zippering low belly up and through. You can always stay in that half boat, which was our first variation. Squeeze your triceps. Keep breathing. Last 2 breaths. You've got this. And 1. Slowly roll head and shoulders back onto the earth. Draw the knees in towards the chest and send those legs up towards the ceiling. Your right thigh crosses over your left thigh. Bend your knees and reach for your opposite shin. As you pull into this reclining cow face pose, remember you can hook your hands around and grab the hamstrings if the opposite shin is not available. Draw the knees to chest perhaps, or maybe they're floating away and you're just really focusing on drawing those shin bones away. 1 more big breath. Nice. Setting the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Reach the arms up, flex the feet, reach those fingers up, all 5 fingers apart from one another. Tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin to chest, curl up, hold the air out. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling back. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, tuck chin to chest, rolling up and hold. 3, 2, 1. Remember, something rolled between the inner thighs last time. Tuck chin to chest, tuck that tailbone under, rolling up, hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Rolling back. Catch your hamstrings. Cross your left ankle over your right. Begin to rock yourself forward and back. If you rock to seated, great. If you place your hands on the floor and step back in a plank, if you take a vinyasa, fun. I'll meet you in your downward facing dog. However you get there is right. Pedal those feet out, a few deep knee bends. Let it go. Shake your head between your upper arms. Forward towards your wrists, bend your knees. Walk foot to toe or hop the feet in towards the hands as many steps as you'd like forward. Inhale, half lift, step just the left foot back, leave the right foot forward. Inhale, rising up to that crescent pose. Exhale, hands drop to heart center. Exhale, tip the body forward over the right leg. Turning that left elbow to the right thigh or dropping the left hand to the center line, take your twist. Optional, look forward and start to lift off those left toes behind you. Keep twisting, not through the head, but through the thoracic spine. Good, drop those left toes back down to the mat, dropping your hands to the earth on either side of your right foot. Send your fingers forward just a little and lift that left leg up into the air. Exhale, bump the front of the left knee against the back of the right knee, single leg squat, kick it back out. Bump, and kick it back out. Two more, you might let your hands leave the earth. If you're practicing that balance, don't grip the floor with your foot. Last one. And kick it back out. Hands come to the earth. If you'd like, you can take a little bit of a handstand hop here. Square that right hip back and find that little Shakti kick. If you're worried about your space, keep that right knee bent. I'll meet you back in that standing L shape. Draw the low belly in. Step the left foot beside the right foot. Inhale. Exhale, plant your palms. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Create your cobra hood. Drop your right hip closer to the floor. Keep your cobra hood. Drop your left hip closer to the floor. Keep your cobra hood. Back to the center line. Down dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Open your right hip. Maybe looking underneath that left armpit. And then square it back to the center. Turn the angle of that right shin. Hug it in a little higher. It's in that pigeon form, but we're not dropping it down yet. Maybe bring that right ankle behind the left wrist. That's the toughest part for me personally. Step it back to plank. Taking your vinyasa if you'd like it. Your vinyasa could be child's pose or a down dog. Beautiful work. Looking forward, bend your knees. Walk foot to toe or hop the feet in towards the hands. Inhale, take a little half lift step, just the right foot back. Inhale, rise strongly to your high crescent pose. Exhale, palms come to press. Angle your body forward over that left leg. You have options as you take the twist. Maybe you anchor the elbow, maybe not. Maybe you're dropping your hands to the midline. Either way, if you want to lift the back foot, look forward towards that left big toe and squeeze the thighs to one another to lift that right foot. Point the toe. Nice. Stepping back, take your time. Drop your hands down and around your left foot. Let it sandwich the left foot. Slide them forward to blocker floor and lift that right leg up into the air. Exhale, bump the front of the right knee against the back of the left knee. Kick it back out. Do it again. Kundalini descent style. Single leg squat. Two more. Optional, let the hands leave the earth if you'd like. Woo, really challenging balance this time. Fingers to the floor. I'll meet everyone in your standing L shape. So many choices in that L shape. Walking the hands onto the shin, looking forward, tractioning the spine, taking a fold, or maybe planting palms and finding that little lift and kick in your handstand hops. Remember to square that left hip back as you take those Shakti kicks and breathe. I'll meet you back in that standing L shape. Dropping the right foot beside the left foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Step your right foot back. And create that cobra hood for me. Rock the right hip to the mat. Rock the left hip to the mat. Keep it tight through the low belly. Come back to the center line. Downward facing dog. We're in the home stretch. Lift that left leg up. Open the left hip. Point the toe. Looking back. Balance out the shoulders. Work your hands. Nice. Pull that left knee up the midline. Turn the angle of the shin. Really bump that left ankle behind the right arm. Press the floor away. Squeeze the inner arms towards one another. Floating pigeon. And step back into your plank. Rock slightly forward. Take your vinyasa or omit. Maybe your vinyasa is down dog or child's pose. I will meet you in child's pose. Sinking your knees to the earth. Walking the fingers forward. Resting your head on the block or on your mat. Feel your breath come and go. Presses against the thighs. Gently draw yourself forward to your tabletop position, bringing your hands back to the earth. I know we've been sitting a lot, probably working from home, so taking that tailbone back, dropping the belly down, sending the eye gaze to neutral, and then tuck and roll through that lower back, coming into your cat spine, letting it really bring you life now. Coming back into that cow, dropping belly to floor, maybe make it a little exaggerated by looking up. Exhale, tuck and roll through the spine. Inhale to come back to neutral, walking your elbows to the earth, right arm down, left arm down. Interlace your fingers and just relax your head. And we'll take that little cat-cow just through the lumbar spine. So really anchoring through those shoulders, flare the tailbone back, drop the belly down, and then rounding up, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and round. We'll do that again. Keep the head and shoulders super happy and comfy here. And then coming back into neutral, walk the right hand under the right shoulder, the left hand under the left shoulder. Now listen carefully, tuck your toes under and lift your knees off the floor. Finding that hovering table pose, zipper that low belly in, and lift your right foot off the mat. Now you're going to hinge up to downward facing dog with that right leg still bent. Bring it back into your hovering table pose, curl your fingers. Kick it back up, three-legged dog, right knee still bent. Back to that hovering table pose. We'll do this twice again. Up to three-legged dog, back to that hovering table. One more time. Up to three-legged dog, back to hovering table. Last one, hold it up in that three-legged dog. Nice. Exhale, pull the right knee in towards the chest, turn the angle of the shin, and settle yourself into true pigeon pose. Take it all the way back with that left leg. Inhale to heart high. Exhale, start to walk your hands over to the right side. You're slightly lying on or laying upon this right leg. Maybe you surrender the arms completely. Maybe you reach the left arm a little longer to take a really big lateral bend. Notice how you feel. I'm going to walk that left hand back to the center line, and we'll walk it away from the right leg over to that left side. Inhale, take the heart long. Exhale, maybe finding that fold. So you're really taking that lateral bend away from now. And slowly walking it back to the center. Palms come to the floor. Walking it back. Take your time finding that beautiful pigeon pose, balancing out through the right and left hip. Soften the jaw, let the ears draw back towards the shoulders. Feel that left leg stretch. And then curling your fingers a little on the mat. Tuck the toes on that left foot, lifting up. Pull the right knee in towards the body. Step the right foot back into three-legged plank. This is your option to rock forward and take a three-legged vinyasa, or take a four-legged vinyasa, or head straight back into that downward facing dog or child's pose. I will meet you in child's pose. Maybe knees go wide this time, letting the chest drop between the upper thighs. Maybe thighs go close, feeling that nice pressure of belly to thigh as you breathe in and out. In and out. Like the sound of the singing bowl at the beginning of the practice, letting that breath reverberate through the body. Walking it back to your tabletop position, your hands and knees. As you inhale, flare the tailbone back, drop the belly down, send the eye gaze to neutral. As you exhale, start from the tailbone, rounding up into that Halloween cat shape, tuck the chin to the chest. And bringing it back to your cow, flare the tailbone back, drop the belly down, send that eye gaze up and forward if you'd like a little more through the neck. And then coming back into your cat spine, really hollow out, chin tucks in towards the chest. Nice. Coming back to neutral, walk those forearms down to the earth, interlacing your fingers, and maybe even leaving that flat edge on the pinkies. Drop the head in between the hands, or maybe sinking the crown of the head to the floor behind the hands. Tuck the toes and lift the knees and walk into that little half headstand. If you liked the cat-cow through the lower back better, keep that. Zippering in through the low belly, maybe you keep tiptoeing the feet in, and you find that little nugget for your headstand. Keep it supported, my friends. Press those forearms into the earth, draw the shoulders away from the ears, draw the low belly in. Maybe you point the toes, don't worry, we'll be here again. Dropping your feet back to the mat soundlessly. Walk it back. Coming back, right hand at your right shoulder, left hand at your left shoulder to your table. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, hover them 2 inches away from the floor, hovering table pose. Then lift that left foot up in the air. Kick it up and back to three-legged dog. Keep the left knee bent. Bring it back. Hovering table, left foot hovers. You've got this. Kick it up and back. Finding that three-legged dog. Bring it back and in. Keep the knee bent the entire time. Lift it up and back. Three-legged dog. Bring it back and in. One more time. Lift it up and back. And bring it into hovering table. Pause. Kick that left leg up and back. Finding that three-legged dog. Exhale, pull that left knee in towards the chest. Tight, tight, tight. Turn the angle of your left shin and settle it behind your right hand as you come into that pigeon pose. Walking the right foot back, making sure the foot is not sickled. Inhale to take the heart high. Exhale, direct your body over your left leg as you start to walk into a little bit of that bend. Maybe you stay here, Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, fingers on the floor. Maybe you start to lower all the way down and relax, or maybe you reach the right arm even more. 2 more breaths. Keep that right shoulder super happy wherever you are. Nice. Slowly walking back to the midline. Walk both hands over to your right side, opening up over that left foot. Sink that left hip back down. So now you're really leaning away from the bent knee. Soften that space between the eyes, the nose, mouth. With that softness, walk it back to the center line, staying in that pigeon pose. Maybe you find that space to really draw the right hip forward, send the left hip back, tuck those low ribs in, and find your stasis. Acknowledging the stretch in that right hip. Press your palms to the earth, tuck your right toes under, lift that right knee, and then pull that left leg in towards your body. Take it back into your three-legged plank. You've got this. Rock slightly forward if you'd like to take that three-legged vinyasa. This is our last vinyasa of the practice. Or make it 4 legs, or straight back to downward facing dog. Step your right foot as wide as this edge of the mat is wide. Step your left foot as wide as this edge of the mat is wide. Rise up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward towards your wrist or your thumbs, and take a little hop, a step, a malasana forward. Maybe rotate wrists, wiggle fingers, get out any snap, crackles, and pops. Maybe walking the hands forward and rounding into that cat spine, or maybe you would like one more crow pose here. Wherever you go, go with all your breath. I'll meet you back in that squat. Remember to support yourself with your blocks or your books. Drop your right hand to the center line, left arm twist up. Maybe wrapping that left arm behind your back, tucking it into the right hip pocket. Maybe taking your right arm and internally rotating it around your right leg, and take a little grasp here. I gaze my drift up and over that left shoulder, if that feels like you. If you're challenging yourself today with balance, start to turn your feet in just a little. Heels turn out, toes turn in. As you bring a little bit of that bend out of the front of the ankles, playing with your weight here. Drop that right hand to the center line, left arm twists up. Exhale the left hand down, right arm twists up this time. Wrapping that right arm behind your back, taking that partial bind. Left arm wraps in front of your left thigh and shin, and coming into that twist on the other side. Again, if you're challenging your balance, maybe you're turning the heels a little wider, turning the toes in. Might make you feel like you're going to sit back. That's okay, very low risk here, so you can always sit back if you need to. Remember, you're tucking this right elbow down into your hip pocket, not trying to just pull the shoulder back. Drop that left hand to the center line, right arm reaches up, exhale the right hand down, lift the hips, and shimmy it out from side to side. Breathing into that space. Inhale, take a half lift, heel toe the feet in a little closer. Bend your left knee, drop your left hand to the center line, and twist your right arm up. Exhale, that right hand comes back down, the right knee bends, left arm lifts and twists to your left side. Nice work. Bringing that left hand back down. Inhale to take a half lift. Step just the right foot back, lead the left foot forward. Inhale, rising to that high crescent pose. Exhale your hands down to heart center. Angle your body forward over that left leg. Start to take your twist over to that side. Maybe right elbow contacts left outer thigh. Maybe you drop your right hand to the center line. Maybe you look down at your left big toe and start to lift the right foot, finding that little hover of the right foot off of the earth. Zipper through that low belly, square your hips. From wherever you've been, step that right foot back. Drop your hands down to sandwich your left foot. Lower your right knee down to the earth, untuck your toes. Start to walk your hands back towards your right knee and then forward to the front edge of your mat. As you straighten your left leg, walk your hands back and then walk them forward to come into your lunge. This time as you walk them back, we'll stay. If you're blessed with nice long legs, start to walk that left heel forward, square the right hip, inhale to take the heart long, exhale, maybe walk the hands forward. If you're feeling like taking a full split, start to shimmy that left leg forward, maybe utilizing your blocks on either side of your hips, and start to take it down into that monkey god pose or half monkey god pose. Breathing into those hamstrings. Feel that breath. Fuel the pose, not the other way around. Inhaling for 3. Draw the right hip forward. Relax the shoulders, neck, jaw. Good. And then curl the fingers on the mat from wherever you've been. Start to walk it back into that Anjaneyasana, that low lunge shape. Let the hands leave the earth, rising up. Squeeze that right hip forward. Interlace your fingers on your front thigh and press the belly away from that left leg. Keep that press on. Right hand drops to left thigh. Left arm lifts. Press the right hip forward. See if you can come a little deeper into the pose. Maybe shift the right hand so it's coming across the left leg and start to open into a twist. Maybe start to open that right arm out, drawing the left hip back so you're twisting away from the right side to the left side at your comfort zone. Sweep that left arm down to come back up. Beautiful. Dropping your hands down and around that left foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Roll the right heel down 90 degrees, cartwheeling it open into warrior 2. Still no break for that cute little left leg. Dropping left arm to left thigh, right arm squeezes by the ears, it reaches up and over. Or right arm wraps behind your back, taking a bind in that side angle pose. Maybe wrapping the left arm underneath the left leg, taking a full bind, breathing here for 3. Maybe eye gaze drifts up over that right shoulder for 2. And 1. Separate the hands, rising back up into that warrior 2. Straighten the left leg, turn all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat. Exhale, tip from your hip, finding your fold. Bend into the left knee and then the right knee, taking your Skandasana from side to side. If you feel you need to drop in a little deeper on one side and then the other, do that. When you're closer to that right foot, pivoting around towards your right foot, rising into your high crescent pose. You might be facing away from me, that's okay. Make sure you're over that right foot as you drop your hands to heart center, angle your body forward over your right leg, and take your twist. Maybe left elbow is in contact with that right outer thigh. Maybe you're dropping your left hand to the midline or looking down at that right big toe and starting to lift that left foot off the floor. Wherever you are, breathing here, keep that heart space really open. You've got this. Slowly bringing that left toe back down. Bring your hands back down to the earth on either side of that right foot. Lower your left knee down to the mat, coming into your low lunge. Start to walk your hands back towards your left knee, straightening out through that right leg, and then walk it forward. Your hands walk back to straighten that right leg, and as they walk forward, your right knee re-bends once again, sort of in that low lunge shape. One more time, walking it back, playing with how you're feeling, walking it forward, coming into that lunge shape, and this time as you walk it back, take an assessment. How is your breath? Could you squeeze that right hip and left hip in line? Maybe even starting to extend into a full split, or perhaps you're staying in that half split space. Now, I tricked ourselves and did maybe our second good side first. So if this is your more favored side for split, be sweet to yourself. Be in your breath. Inhaling, you're breathing in. Exhale, find that opening across the collarbones. Find your endurance. We're all having to practice that endurance in our life right now. And yoga is a reflection of our lives, if nothing else. Walking the hands back to the mat, curl the fingers, walk that right foot back in, walk the left knee back in just a little, and add a little something under it if it's getting tired. Rising to that Anjaneyasana, arms reach up and overhead. Nice work. Interlace your fingers and press them to your right thigh. I almost said shin, right thigh, and pull the low belly away from that thigh. Now, your left hand stays on your right leg as your right arm starts to reach up. Beautiful. Maybe you keep that left arm just reaching across your right leg, and that's where you stay in your twist. If that's feeling really honest to you, stay there. Draw the right hip back, maybe drop the right arm behind you, and reach the left arm forward. Keep squeezing the hips towards one another. Sweep the right arm back to come up. Inhale to take the arms up and overhead for a moment. Oh, lengthen apart those cute little intercostal muscles. Exhale the hands down and around your right foot. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. Roll that left foot to 90 degrees. Rising up into your warrior two. Pause here for just a moment. Squeeze that right outer thigh towards the long edge of your mat. Dropping your right hand to the block, to the floor, or your right forearm to your shin. Take it into your extended side angle pose. Maybe you wrap that left arm behind your back. Maybe you wrap your right arm around your right leg, taking that bind. Breathe. Wherever you are, find 3 breaths. You're looking up towards that left shoulder. Maybe you're in child's pose right now because you're ending your practice a little earlier because you have so many other things on your plate. Totally get it. Slowly rising back up, taking that warrior two, straighten through that right leg. Oh, sweet relief. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. Floor. Inhale to take your half lift. Bend into your right knee and then your left knee, taking that little Skandasana from side to side. Now, you can see I have a wall behind me. If you'd like to turn towards the wall as you bring your forearms to the earth and interlace your fingers with that flat edge of your pinky and bring your head between your hands, you can step your feet to the midline to come into that half headstand. Press your forearms into the floor. You could turn around and face the wall, or you could start to work on tippy-toeing the feet in and making yourself into that little nugget. Press the elbows into the earth, draw the low belly in, and if you'd like, send those legs all the way up to the ceiling. Internally rotate through the thighs. Draw the low belly a little tighter. Press those forearms in. It's okay to waver a little bit. Press your hips forward. Squeeze your legs. Your legs are such strong muscles. Utilize them here. With control, landing back in your wide angle forward fold. Take your time to get there. If you've been in that headstand, lift your head gently. Shake your head out from side to side from wherever you've been. No extra pressure in the head, neck, or eyes. Inhale to find your half lift. Exhale, pivot around towards your left foot at the front edge of your mat. Curl your fingers on the mat and kick your left leg up and back into your 3-legged dog. Exhale, pull the left knee forward, bringing it to the outside of the left elbow. Drop it down to the left wrist, pull it up to the elbow. Drop it down to the wrist, pull it up to the elbow. Drop it down to the wrist, pull it up to the elbow, and turn that left shin into pigeon pose and settle yourself down. Inhale, take the heart high. We're going straight through the midline on this sleeping pigeon. Maybe you stack your hands like stacking the fists under your forehead. Maybe you're just happy to be here or with that forehead on a block. One more breath. Walking the hands back in underneath the shoulders. Tuck the right toes under, lift that right knee up. Shoot that left foot across the right edge of your mat. Bring your weight to the left hand and open up into that fallen triangle pose. Exhale to curl the right arm under your body. As you bring it back up, option to bend that left knee and pick that left shin up with it. Option to grab the pinky toe edge of that left foot and start to feed it out towards the front. Notice you're not rocking back into that right leg if you do. I'll meet you back in plank position. Take your time to get there. Create your cobra hood for me one more time. Rock to the right. Come back to the center. Rock your plank to the left. Keep that cobra hood. Deep low belly rises in. Downward facing dog. Take that right leg a little more back than up. Exhale, pull the right knee up the center line. Turn the angle of your shin. Coming into pigeon pose. Inhale, take the heart long. Exhale, walk it straight forward. Soften your jaw, your tongue, your shoulders. You've worked hard. You deserve this rest. And slowly walking the hands back in towards that right shin. Tuck the left toes under. Lift that back knee up. Shift that right foot off the left edge of your mat. Drop your right hand to the center line. Roll to the inner side of your left foot and reach up into fallen triangle. You can always take this on your right forearm if you'd like. Exhale, curl the left arm under your body. Bend your right knee if you'd like to scoop it back up as you roll open. Or maybe you reach for the inner edge of that right foot or the outer edge as you reach it out and away. Breathing into this space wherever you are. Keep kicking long through both legs and lift that right hip up. Good, I'll meet you back in that plank position. Take your time. Exhale, up and back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to take that right leg more back than up. Exhale, pull the right knee to the right elbow. Drop the right knee down to the wrist and pull it back up towards the elbow. Drop the right knee down to the wrist and pull it back up towards the elbow. Drop it down, pull it up. Good. And step it back into your downward facing dog. Lift that left leg more back than up. Exhale, pull the left knee up the midline and step the left foot to the outside of the left pinky finger. Step the right foot to the outside of the right pinky finger, coming into Malasana or squat. Or you could have donkey kicked forward or frog dog hop. If you have one more crow pose or crow to headstand, go ahead and take it here. You can press palms to heart center and find your breath. If you're taking crow to headstand, remember that there are some mechanics involved with it. So you come into your crow, but you let your elbows splay open as you drop your head to the earth. Then you start to squeeze those elbows towards one another as you lengthen up. Keep your fingers in front of you, not alongside your ears. And as you transition back out, keep that curl as you come into Malasana. I'll meet you there. Take your time. Play in the way you play. We have our best opportunities for play right now. No one else is watching. There's no one even in class with you. So you can do whatever you need to do. When you're ready, shift your left hand in front, your right hand behind, easing yourself back onto your mat. Stretch that right leg all the way out and fold your left foot against your inner thigh. As you come into Janu Shirshasana, you might roll the back edge of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, twist slightly to that right side. Micro bend that right knee. Drop your fingers on the earth. Take your heart long. Exhale, finding your fold. Maybe that left hand touches the right pinky toe. Maybe the right hand touches the right big toe. Your wrists are crossed. Open the elbows. Exhale, finding your fold. Keep the heart, belly, spine, everything yearning forward. Not rounding down. Not resting in the joints. Reaching with each breath. Microscopically. Energetically. Finding your edge, your full expression. Dropping your fingers to the earth. Slowly walking it back up and in. Take that right leg and fold that right knee behind you, coming into that little deer pose shape. I'll just turn this direction. And then you can actually take the left foot and hug it up into that right hip pocket. Just an option. Inhale to take the arms nice and high. Exhale, twist over the left side. Again, if that half lotus foot does not serve you, or your knee is really high away from the earth, be sure to bring a blanket underneath the hips or underneath that left knee. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist it back to the middle. Release that left foot down and sweep behind the right leg as you bring it back to the center. Work both sits bones onto the mat as you lift up to find boat pose. Maybe optionally stretch those arms apart from one another. Breathe space, point the toes, lift the pit of the belly. Nice. And when you're ready, slide your legs long on the mat. Fold that right foot against the left inner thigh. Inhale to reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, direct your body over that left leg, dropping your fingers. Inhale your heart long. Exhale, finding that fold. Maybe right hand touches the pinky toe edge of the left foot, and left hand touches the big toe side. Inhale, take the heart high. Exhale, fold it in, release. Keep reaching forward with every single breath here. Drop your fingers to the floor, walking it back in. Take your time. Reach behind that left knee and fold it back behind you. Option to bring that right foot into that left hip pocket. Inhale to take the arms up. Exhale, twist over to the right side this time. You're really twisting over that leg that's bent in front of you, keeping the spine nice and long. One more breath. Coming back to the center line, reach behind that right leg, fold it back out. Reach behind the left leg, fold it back out. Hook your hamstrings and roll yourself down onto your back, hugging the knees in towards your chest. Open the feet out into happy baby. Take a little rock from side to side. When you're ready, drop the bottoms of your feet to the mat. If there's something left in your practice, maybe another back bend, maybe another reclining twist, take it now, or stretch your legs all the way out to the top edge of your mat. Open your arms out a comfortable distance away from your body. Your Shavasana. In your mind, repeat after me. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. Inhale, love. Exhale, peace. I hope you have the opportunity to stay a bit longer in Shavasana today. But if not, draw the knees back in towards the chest and begin to rock yourself a little from side to side. When you're ready, tip yourself over to your favorite side and press your way back up to seated. Pressing those palms together right at heart center, lifting your heart into your thumbs, dipping your chin down in acknowledgement of your practice today. My name is Megan. Thank you so much for joining me, for being in the practice with me, for being in this life with me. The light in me sees and deeply honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Until I see you again.